Have you ever noticed that a lot of imported Asian foods have the Prop 65 label on it? And does it mean that they're actually more harmful? Prop 65 labels are part of a California state law that requires companies to put labels on to warn consumers of potential exposure to chemicals that may give you cancer or reproductive harm. And they're determined by these things called safe harbor levels, which are actually levels that are sometimes almost 1,000 times lower than what the threshold is. A lot of imported Asian foods contain ingredients like seaweed and fish, which of course are ocean dwellers, and ocean dwellers are commonly exposed to heavy metals. This is because heavy metals are naturally present in our Earth's crust, and this is also due to the fact that there is some level of industrial activity done by humans that spills into the ocean and increases the amount of heavy metals we have. You can look at dried seaweed as an example. Most dried seaweeds have a Prop 65 logo on them because they typically contain something like arsenic in them. There's also a lot of regulatory reasons why imported Asian foods often have the Prop 65 logo on it, and it is that if you're a business person in Thailand and you have to send all these food products to the US, but this one state is like, hey, we need this label, you're not going to make like two different labels for a product because that would be like such a supply chain nightmare. So you're just going to put it on all of them, and you're just going to put it on all your products, you're going to put it on there, boom, you're safeguarded. And safeguarded from what exactly? The law? The police? Who actually enforces Prop 65? Well, it's typically you, or basically anyone who wants to sue. There's no one with a magnifying glass going through the grocery stores and looking for Prop 65 labels, at least who's part of like a regulatory authority. Or at least it's very rare. But if someone comes by and goes, I think this needs a Prop 65 logo, then you got a lawsuit on your hands. As a scientist, I kind of think Prop 65 is a bit of an outdated and overblown piece of legislation. I mean, I feel like anytime I go into any store, literally like everyone and their mom has the Prop 65 logo. I like the idea of it. It comes from a good place, but ultimately I feel like it's not that helpful for consumers to make better choices. Plus, even a trace amount of heavy metals, since these are set at such low levels, can cause a label to be slapped on most foods, especially if it's natural foods or foods from the ocean.